Hello, and welcome to 30 Second Success Connect, where we introduce entrepreneurs and professionals who love to connect and lead with their hearts. I'm Laura Templeton, founder and CEO of 30 Second Success, and today I have the privilege of hanging out with my good friend, Chip Baker of Success Chronicles. Chip is a teacher and a coach for over 20 years, and he's a fourth-generation educator. Creator of Chip Baker, The Success Chronicles, a YouTube channel and podcast that interviews people from all walks of life about success. Yes, three-time best-selling author of some amazing books that you definitely should have in your library. I am so thrilled to have Chip Baker here today with us. So, hi Chip, how's it going?
Going great. Thanks so much for having me. I truly appreciate the opportunity.
Well, I am thrilled to have you here. And it's so funny because I was just thinking the other day, how did I meet Chip Baker? All right.
Yeah.
And, do you remember?
Well, I know we connected through the Success Chronicles, and I know we have a couple of mutual friends as well, but not exactly, though.
Yeah, actually, you know what? We do have several mutual friends, the four chicks chatting, right?
Yes,
but
yes.
You actually reached out to me on Twitter.
Yep.
We connected through Twitter, and you invited me to come on the Success Chronicles, and we had a great interview, lovely time together. I was really blessed by our time together, and I was really honored when you agreed to read my book and give me a quote about my book, The 30 Second Success. And just so happy to just hang with you once again. I think we've been on video a couple times together, and I love following what you're doing and the folks that you interview. It's just amazing. To hear how you love to elevate people about their success. So I'm honored to have you here. I love talking about connections. So let's talk about that.
All righty.
Okay, so what role does networking have to do in your business, for helping you grow your business?
I think for what I do, with my background in education and as well as with the Success Chronicles, it has everything to do with it. I think, and bigger than that, when you say networking, I think of relationships. Our life moves at the speed of our relationships, and the more quality relationships that we have in our life, I think the better off we are. And a perfect example of that is like you talked about how we met, and we have done some things together, and supporting each other on each other's projects, and so I think that's a great example of how that works.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. I love that. Life moves at the speed of your relationships. It's so true, right? How, and it's amazing to stay connected with folks. And I love, some of the folks that you've just brought to the stage where, you get to see a different perspective and hear more about that. So tell me about how you connect, on purpose with people. Like I know, the story about how we met was through Twitter, but what really inspires you to draw someone in to be part of your network, to be part of your circle of connections?
Well, I think first off, if they'll talk to me, no. No. Cool. You'll hang out with me? Let's go. No. I think for me, like I love good people. I love hanging around good people. When you can sense it right off the bat. You can tell when you have good, genuine people. I think for me, I love to surround myself with good people that I can learn from. And so I think for me, that's a key component. It's important to just surround yourself by people that'll help you level up.
So in that learning, the proverbial learning, does that come from being an educator all your life?
I guess so. I'm an avid learner. I'm a lifelong learner. I want to know that when I get to go see the big man, that I've done everything I could have done to be the best version of myself, so that I could have helped others. And so that's what it's all about for me.
Yeah, and it's so true because, sometimes we find that the biggest challenges are the things that we need to overcome. And if we're willing to learn how to get through that, we're that much better for it when we come out on the other side, right?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think we're all always a work in progress.
Yeah. So what's your favorite way to connect with people?
Well, the beauty of our times today is that, we have social media. And, I think it's important to make social media social. I'm on all platforms, because for me, I think that I don't want to leave anybody behind. If you want to get this positive inspiration and motivation, I don't want there to be any excuses. So I'm on all social medias. I think referrals are great. I've been blessed to be referred by other people. And I think it makes me feel good when that happens, because people don't refer you unless you're referable.
That's true.
And so for people to think highly enough of me to refer me to someone else, it means a lot for me, and I don't take it lightly, right?
Right.
I think another thing is just asking, people, how did you get so and so to, I just asked. What's the worst they can do is say no, and if they say no, that doesn't change my drive or motivation to impact and change the world, and so
right.
Like I said, I just make sure that I reach out to people and just try to do my part in adding value, and at least have it be a mutualistic relationship, or even better is my goal is to outgive you. If we're networking together or we're in a quality relationship together, my goal is to help you as much as I can. And it's a competition. You're not going to outgive me.
I like that. That's a great perspective. It's the whole go-giver, like Bob Berg talks about, when we come from a place of giving, you just can't help yourself. You just want to give all the time. And sometimes it's almost surprising when people flip the switch and say, well, what can I do for you? It's like, oh, I didn't even think about that, Because when you're true and your heart is really in it, right? That's where that whole connection piece really happens. And it's just about that giving attitude just changes the way we view everything that we do.
And again, it goes back to, us in our situation. Like, I'm so excited for you with your book. When it came out, we, of course, interviewed and we talked about some things, but the fact that you actually involved me with your book process, and we talked about the book. I'm so excited for you for the drop. Shared it on my social media, and so I think when you have good people that are doing good things, you have to do your part to support them. And it's crazy, like you said, when you do those things, not that you're doing to receive anything from that, but you do receive that so many times back. And so, like, now, I'm on your podcast, and things that I put out, you share and you comment. And so it's just a great thing when you can connect with good people.
Yeah, and I think that's what, we need more of that in the world. So I'm going to do my part to help it happen. And, that's what we're here for, right? It's just kind of getting the message out there that we need more of this. So, and thinking about that is, you mentioned that you're on a lot of social media and you do share the Success Chronicles on social media. So that's one of the things that you do. So, what is your favorite? Do you have a favorite social media platform, or do you just kind of bounce around between all of them?
Well, like I said, the big picture is I don't want anybody to miss out on any of this. So I hit them all, but my favorites are probably LinkedIn, business professional. I like IG, Instagram, and I like Twitter. So those are probably the top three that I like. But I mean, I'm on Facebook. I'm on all the others. I'm TikTok. I'm even on TikTok.
Oh my gosh.
So I haven't done any dancing.
I haven't tried that one yet.
But my faves are LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter.
Good. Yeah, and I think, I think that it really lends itself. There's so many avenues that you can connect with people, and just being present makes a big difference, and commenting on people's stuff and sharing the different things that people post. It really makes a big difference
It does.
when people are looking for something different, someone who is supportive and caring, and that it really shows when you're interacting with folks on social media. And I think you do a great job of that, just like staying connected with people and highlighting your favorite people and the folks that you're interviewing a lot of times. And I think that was part of the reason why I asked you if you would read my book and give me a comment to share in my book, because obviously the Success Chronicles, 30-second success, we have something in common, right? So it's about success and helping to elevate people, to that success level that they're looking to achieve. So it's fun to be connected with that little tidbit there. So yeah, so is there a specific tell me, like, I don't want to ask you who your favorite person was to interview, because I know it was me, right?
That's right. You see, I said there's no thought in it at all. Well, that's right.
Smart man. Now, tell me like a favorite story, something that really unusual connection story, something that really helped to inspire you and maybe even had a big impact on your life, whether it was a specific person that you've connected with or a network that you network with. Is there someone that's made a big difference in your life?
I think when you ask the question, I mean, it's lots of layers to it. I think from my end, there's been some favorites that I've interviewed that, I've thought to myself, man, there's no way I'd be able to get with these people. And it's happened. There's been some people, several different groups of people that I'm connected with, that we all support each other. And that's been a blessing too. Everything I put out, they support. Everything they put out, I support. I don't know, it's layers to it for me, but the big picture is, I think first, I'll just tell you, this scenario is, if you don't get out of your comfort zone and ask, then you'll never grow. And, and I won't go into the story, but prime example for me is, like, I interviewed Carl Lewis, Olympian Carl Lewis. Yeah. And, before, oh yeah. And so before the deal, it just happened that we happened to be at a coach's clinic. It just so happened that I had my interview stuff with me. I just so happened, and I was like, hey, when he and I were in the room, just me and him, I was like, when am I going to ever get an opportunity to do anything like this? So I had to get outside of my comfort zone, and I just asked. He's like, yeah, sure, because he was about to speak. He said, after I speak, just hang around and I'll do it, when we finish. I was like, whoa. So like, that's just one example. But then, like I said, as well as, when you give out good, you get that in return. And so there's several groups of people, educators, Texas High School Coaches Association, several groups of coaches that, I'm aligned with, G-Men from Atlanta. They're a group of, great men that, highly educated, highly experienced guys that are doing some awesome things to make our world better. And so, we support each other. Suited for Success, the third book that I'm in, it's a compilation of 25 men telling their stories of success. And the visionary for that is PK Kersey from New York. And so, all of the guys in there, we support each other. Best Life Coaching Group, Life Vantage Health Products Group in Florida, is a group, the Four Chicks, so the list goes on and on. Everybody that I talked about there are just great quality people, and so, all in those, all just looking for opportunities to help each other out and promote each other, because, we know that we're all on the grind, trying to do our part to make our world a better place.
Yeah, and that's just it. It's just connecting with amazing people. And you're absolutely right. You mentioned, don't be afraid to ask, because, somebody said to me, and it was one of those light bulb moments, said to me, if you ask and they say no, nothing's changed. But if you ask and they say yes, your whole world just changed, right?
I love
So
that.
it's like, if they say no, it's status quo, nothing's changed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's amazing when you think about it. So what do you have to lose? You have everything to gain and nothing to lose, because nothing, when nothing changes. So I love that you said, just being able to step out of your comfort zone and ask people, and you'll be really pleasantly surprised. I was amazed, with working with the book, and when you have to ask folks to give you feedback, give you a quote for your book, and I was so blessed by the amazing responses that I got. But I took the step. Somebody said to me, "Well, how did you get all these people to give you quotes for your book?" I'm like, I asked. I asked, and I was blessed by the folks that did. It's just amazing the love that people are willing to give when you just ask them for a simple favor, and they're willing to do it for you, which is really kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, tell me about, you had mentioned a little bit about a project that you're working on right now. It's called tell me about the formula chart for life.
Yeah. So
that sounds really intriguing.
I hope it is intriguing for lots of people. So growing up, I always struggled with math, right? And, yeah. So I finally figured out that, in order to help things be smoother for me, I had to just plug in the information into the formulas, right? Mm-hmm. And then the formulas would give me the answers that I needed. And so, I kind of toyed around with that throughout, early in part of my life. And then a few years back, I was blessed with the privilege to co-teach a chemistry class at our high school. And so, everything in chemistry is formulas, right? Formula charts, plug in the numbers, figure it out, all of those things. And so math and science together. And so I was thinking, man, there's lots of things in our life that if we just have formulas for them, we just plug it in and it helps us be successful in our life. So I've put together a formula chart for life, and it's compiled of formulas that, by experience, that I've, experienced in my life, which has helped me. And really, again, it's just my opportunity to give back and share with others in hopes that, they can use the formulas, or they know people in their lives that would need a certain formula. They can help them with it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. And I'm all about formulas, because there really is. You're absolutely right. There's a formula for just about everything that to keep us on track, to kind of help us manage social media. There are a lot of different things that we can do to kind of like set our life on the right path. So that's what you're saying. This formula chart for life is really about setting, you have all the parts and pieces. It's putting them into that right formula that's going to help you move forward.
Oh, I mean, I'm a simple guy. I do simple. I do formulas, and I mean, if you don't mind, I can share one with you from the book.
Love that. Yes, yes, please.
So the first one I have in there is under general success, right? And so for me, success equals maximum effort times consistency times a positive attitude. So when you multiply those, maximum effort, consistency, positive attitude, you get success.
Nice. Love it. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. All right. So I'm going to have to hang that one on my wall.
Let's go.
That's great. So now, how are you going to be sharing this? Are you sharing it in a book? Or are you?
Yes. It'll be a book, and working on getting that out. And so, hoping to have that out within the next couple of weeks. I probably will be starting to do the pre-orders very soon.
Great.
But haven't really shared that with very many people. So it's kind of.
So y'all heard it here first.
Let's go.
That's exciting. I did not know you were working on something new that big. That's a big project. That's very cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very cool. I can see the graphics in my head and everything already. So.
Oh man, I'm on it. I'm working on all of that.
Got all the visuals going. This is great. So I'm excited for you. Well, you let me know. I would love to, when I can share it with the world and let everybody know. Well, they're all going to hear it now. But yeah, I'll make sure that I help get the word out too on my social media. Be happy to do that for you. So.
Thank you so much.
Hey, this has been such a pleasure to hang out with you, and I love what you're doing with the Success Chronicles. Tell me a little bit, before we go, I just want, tell me a little bit about, you talk about teaching and coaching.
Yeah.
Creating that cohesive connection among your students, among the kids that you're teaching and things like that. So talk to me about that. So, what you are very much about community.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a big piece of who you are. And a lot of people don't realize that because you're very involved in your church and in your faith. And I think that really comes through in the Success Chronicles. So, obviously that has a lot to do with connection. So share with us how you encourage that with your students, with the folks that you coach and kids that you coach. So.
I think first it starts with being the example. You know what I'm saying? Like I can tell you lots of things and say, hey, you need to do this. I suggest this. These are the rules. But I think it first starts with me being the example. And it's important to me that I work very hard to be the example. So if I don't say anything to you, you can see the God in me or see the principles of faith that I have or the substance that I strive to have or, the generosity and care and concern that I strive to have. And so I think for me, actions speak louder than words. And so that's where it starts. And so from there, I just try to create an environment that is a non-judgmental, growth mindset, and just hard work. And so when you have you have an environment like that, you're going to have maximum growth because you're not concerned about, what this person is saying and that other person is not saying bad things about you because it's non-judgmental. We're in a growth environment, and so we're going to get better. We're going to do things the right way. We're going to treat each other right, and we're going to take care of business. And anything besides that, we're not doing. And so I think when you set the tone for the environment, that's where it all starts. So that's me and how I try to do things.
Yeah. So it goes back to treating others as you would have them treat you.
The golden rule.
It's that it really is. And when we come from a heart of service and taking care of those around us, yes, and we lead by example, it makes a huge impact on everyone. And it really affects the community that we're part of. So.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And it's, your community is so big. It's not just the people like in the room with you. It's now because of social media, it's everywhere, right? It's, everybody that you're touching with your message, which is so powerful. And
I'm glad you said that because that's important to me. And I'm going to just say this. I'm going to go back to Bible school for you. Red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. And so I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. I don't care about any of that. Whoever you are, you can get this love. You can get this positive inspiration and motivation. And that's what it's about for me. If you're open and willing, then you will learn and grow.
That's awesome. And I think that is the perfect note to say thank you. And God bless you. I am so glad that you are here with me today, and it's been such a pleasure to interview. I want to respect your time because I know you've got to run for another interview. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Oh, wow.
Remember to subscribe to 30 Second Success Connect for more videos and share us with your friends. Chip, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
Go get it.